Yes, welcome to another video, guys. I'm Lewis. Above me is John. We're going to talk about Harry Kane because there's some news out today, potentially, that he's not going to be able to leave. We'll get into that in just a few minutes' time. Before we do, guys, let's set a like target. Let's go for 1,000 likes. Let's help us on the road to 1K. So make sure you smash that thumbs up button if you do enjoy the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're new as well. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of our videos. We're trying to get to 35,000 subscribers. Any help towards that will be massively appreciated. Right, okay, so yeah, today, I guess we always knew that Daniel Levy is not going to make it easy for us to get Harry Kane if Harry Kane is the prime target, which it seemed like it probably is. But Guardian Sport have come out today and said that Daniel Levy has made it clear internally at Tottenham Hotspur and to Antonio Conte, who's rumoured to be the next manager, that he will not approve the sale of Man City target Harry Kane. So this is... whatever we throw at it, we throw 100, 150. He is not selling Harry Kane. Now, the whole thing is here is it's got of like two things, right? It's one on Harry Kane, what does he want? And two, what does the new manager want, innit, bro? Because like, if Conte is coming in and Conte is saying to Daniel Levy, like, I'll come and manage your club, but I want Harry Kane, then Levy's got to like, he's in a bit of a difficult situation because they have no manager.
Yeah, he's got to try and keep him. Especially if they want Conte, and that's their main managerial target. I think Levy will probably just block the sale of it completely, just for the sake that Conte is going to come on the basis that Harry Kane will be playing underneath him. And I think he'll be thinking about the future of the club, not just like the future of Harry Kane in that situation, regardless of whatever gentleman agreement that they apparently had. But I think we knew, regardless of that agreement that they had, that he'd always make it difficult because this is one of his prize assets. You know what I mean? This is the guy who's worth the most at the club. And it's not going to be an easy sale. He's not just go, oh yeah, 100 million, oh yeah, chill, don't worry about it, you can have him. Because as well, it's not even the fact that he's selling him to like somewhere like Real Madrid or something where he can sell him and forget about him and get someone else in. He's selling him to a direct rival. You know what I mean? So he's selling him to another Premier League club who could, you know what I mean? He's strengthening us in like that. But I just think this is going to be a transfer that will last. It's going to be them disgusting ones that just last the whole of it. It might do some switches through it. It really reminds me of the Koulibaly saga, how it went through like different players, jumped on loads of different hype trains on it. I think this is going to be this situation. There's already more names being thrown into the hat now as room backups. But I think for this transfer in itself, the onus is going to be on Harry Kane to get himself out of that football club. I agree.
Harry Kane apparently wanted this deal done before the Euros. Now, I think that was a bit ambitious from him. But you can see why he wanted it done before the Euros, because he doesn't want to be in the Euros, an international tournament, thinking about who he's playing for next season. He wants to be focusing on the job for England, and that's fair enough. However, I think he's underestimating how difficult this deal is going to be done, because at the end of the day, everyone knows what Daniel Levy's like. Me personally, right? I think this is all talk from Daniel Levy. Daniel Levy has never not sold a player. You know what I mean? He sold what? Berbatov. He sold Carrick. He sold Bale. He will sell anybody. He's not bothered who it is. He will come out though and make these statements. I bet, right, if you go back to the Berbatov deal, if you go back to the Carrick deal, if you go back to the Bale deal, he'll probably come out before all them transfers, and the Modric one as well, saying, we're not selling him. You know, no chance we're selling him. He's a money man. That's how money men like negotiate and that. They don't just say, oh yeah, don't worry, we're happy to sell him. Because then if you come out and say that, the club's just going to... City are going to be like, well, we're not going to pay you the top cash.
Yeah, because City, if he doesn't play hardball, City will find it very easy to get the price down. Whereas if he comes out and starts saying, nah, this guy ain't going no matter what cash you throw, that means that City know that if they're going to put a bid in, it has to be a top dog bid, because he's not going to accept anything less. And it kind of like puts the ball in the bidders' park, because it's up to them then to stump up the cash, and if they don't, then he's just gonna be like, he'll carry on this hardball negotiation right until the end. But I say, like, he's always sold the players. But I think this is just gonna be very, very difficult.
Yeah, and I was watching the Khaldoon interview, right? And Khaldoon said, when asked about transfers, he said we're going to be competitive and aggressive. Now, what does that mean? Like, to me, that means like, we're just going to go for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, to me, it's messing about. Here's the cash. I want him now.
Like, this is the deal. We're not going to sit here for weeks and weeks and weeks arguing about 1 million there, extra bonus there. Like, we want this deal done. And guys, you remember last year, right? The drag the drag. It was mentally draining, that centre back deal, wasn't it? You know what I mean? 1 minute it was on Koulibaly, next minute it was on this guy, next minute it was on that guy. The fans got tired of it. I think the players probably got annoyed. Pep would have been annoyed. We need to go into next season with our squad done. Like before it even kicks off, I want every single player that we've signed already done, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think another thing like that the club have probably learned from last year is this whole, when these deals drag on, there's a lot of sidetracking that happens because you start focusing on that deal, it lasts all summer, and then you kind of get sidetracked from your other targets that you actually still need to be going getting because you're focusing still on your main target that you're trying to get. And then if that doesn't happen and that falls through, then you've got to look for, do you know what I mean? That's when you get panic buys and stuff. And I think the Messi deal would have helped the club learn from that, because obviously that didn't happen. It lasted all summer. Apparently was interested in Kane last year, but the Messi deal sidetracked us from that and a lot of other deals. So I think the club will learn from that situation and try and get, do you know what I mean? That's probably why they're saying like, oh, we're going to be aggressive this summer and just go out and get all the deals done as soon as possible. Because like you say, come start the season, I want every single player that's going to be playing at the club. Yeah,
you know what it also could mean though? It could mean, and this is probably right, it could also mean that if we're not going to take time, negotiating these deals, so if we come in with a fair bid, fair in City's eyes, because obviously it's funny, right? Because anyone who's going to buy a player this year is going to be like, oh yeah, COVID, like transfer fees got to come down, and then the selling club's just going to be like, nah, I don't care. You know what I mean? Like, if I was Daniel Levy and someone's come to me and be like, yeah, it might have been worth 130, 140 million last season, but now it's COVID, he's only worth, you know what I mean? I'd be like, I don't care about that. Like, I'm selling them at 150 million. City going to go there and be like, look, COVID, we've lost a load of money. Transfer fees are not as much as they were a couple of years ago. We'll offer you, 100 mil. If Daniel Levy says, no, 150, and you believe that like he's being a prick and that's actually what he wants and you're going to be miles away, the aggressive approach might just be to say, right, well, we're walking away.
Yeah,
but actually walking away. Remember last year with the Koulibaly deal? Like, we should have walked away weeks, probably months earlier than we did. We was negotiating with Napoli for absolutely ages before it got to the point where City must have been like, this guy actually isn't budgeting. We need to now go. And then it was sort of like a little bit of chaos and a bit of panic. Like every day we was linked, I think it was Kunde, then it was some other guy, then it was Diaz, and it was like Soyuncu, and it was like every day was just a madness. And it kind of seemed, obviously we don't know what it was like behind the scenes, but it kind of seemed for us as fans that like we were sort of in like some panic mode and we didn't know what to do. We set our eyes on Koulibaly. We got in this tunnel vision that we was going to get him, and then we all of a sudden went, oh no, we're actually not getting him. Like, it might be a case of City go to Daniel Levy, make an offer which they consider fair, and if he comes back, if he's close, then maybe they'll work with it. But if he's a million miles away, like 150, and we're offering 100, obviously that's not going to happen. City might just go, right, we can't afford to spend weeks negotiating with this guy. We're going to have to go for plan B. But who is plan B?
There's a potential that this has already been happening as well. With the whole Erling Haaland thing, there's a lot of rumours about City wanting him. And then the prices come out about how much wages that Raiola wants to make him on, and then the price that Dortmund wanted. Potentially this aggressive stance is already happening. Maybe that's all been under wraps of it.
That's
and
true,
they've just gone, nah, we're not going Erling Haaland, let's move on. And the Kane things happen, so they're going to Kane now. And then obviously the next name, which is being rumoured as well, which I think was today, is Andre Silva. I think that's someone that's a lot of people have wanted. I know that he's played with Bernardo before. I think he's Portuguese. So that's a name that a lot of people want. They say it's like the I don't know, not a B-Tech Erling Haaland, but do you know what I mean? Like he having the same kind of rise over there. But for me, I want Kane. I don't want the plan B. However, I also will respect the club's decision.
Yeah.
Seeing the Diaz move, and Diaz move felt like a very much plan B after Koulibaly, maybe a plan C or D. I trust him in it. I trust him to go out there. And the striker's a big one. I just hope we get it right. And I trust him to get it right. It's just going to be... This ain't going to be an easy ride. Don't expect this to be done by the Euros, because this is going to be a long haul.
I think he was dreaming a little bit there. My question to you guys is, and let us know in the comment section below, is if this falls through and Levy is proper stubborn and City decide that they're not going to negotiate for weeks, we think that Haaland is not going to move until next summer. That's sort of what we're hearing. All the transfer rumours are dead on that. It doesn't appear that he's moving. It seems like he's pretty chill. And next year, he'll leave for 65 million. What do we do? Who do we go for? Let us know in the comment section below. Do we wait? Do we wait another season and go and get Haaland next year for 65 million, but then probably pay him £500,000 a week in wages?
This year.
Yeah, or Danny. Like, let us know in the comment section below. What would you do? I'm sort of set on Kane right now.
Same.
So
I'm Team Kane right now.
I've not really thought about who I want. Maybe we'll have a think over the next day or two. But guys, let us know in the comment section below who you'd go for. Hopefully you've enjoyed the video, guys. If you have, make sure you leave a like on it. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. We'll see you in the next one.